Welcome to the Geek Easy. Sit back, grab a libation of your choice, and relax, 'cause it's time to do some geek stuff in the Geek Easy. Welcome to the Geek Easy, fellow geeks, where today I'm going to be reviewing Airwolf Season 4. I was trying to put some stuff away back over there a little bit ago and realized that I had done an unboxing on this a long time ago and didn't do a review. Actually, there's 2 or 3 of things that I haven't done a review on, so I'm going to be doing those in a bit of time. But now I'm going to be doing Airwolf Season 4. Now, Airwolf was a TV show in the mid-80s. I think it came out in 84. So what is the copyright date on this one? This is 2011, but anyway, it is, I guess it was sort of in response to the movie Blue Thunder, but this is a TV show about a super helicopter created by a guy and going to be a scientist for a super secret organization, sort of like the CIA. And on the test run of the helicopter, the guy who created it stole it, shot up the test range and stole it and took it to Libya. And so you have the head guy, Archangel, who survived the attack, wants his helicopter back. So he goes to a guy by the name of Stringfellow Hawk, played by Jan Michael Vincent, who is the only other person who knows how to fly that helicopter. He was a test pilot for it. He's a recluse and kind of a rebel, and they sort of blackmail him into going into Libya to get the helicopter back. And he takes like a friend of his father's or someone played by Ernest Borgnine by the name of Dominic Santini. They go ahead and get it back. And Stringfellow, his brother, is MIA in Vietnam. So he decides to keep the helicopter and not give it back to the firm until they get his brother back. But he just does missions for them anyway, which is sort of counterproductive because the firm gets what they want and they don't have to go looking for his brother. Anyway, so the first 3 seasons, it has Jan Michael Vincent and Ernest Borgnine, and then with seasons 2 and 3, they have a woman by the name of Jean Scott, who plays another pilot. After the end of the 3rd season, they restructure everything because Jan Michael Vincent was having huge problems with drinking. He could barely stay up in the seats. He was just blitzed all the time, and he was just not helpful. So they had to fire him, and they were going to restructure everything. Hence, all these different people for season 4. Now, if you see the guy right there in the middle, that is Dick Van Dyke's son. If you ever see him in a TV series, you know that series is going to be canceled. Because he was in... he took over... He was in Galactica 1980. That didn't last long. He lasted a season in this show. It was canceled. A bunch of other stuff. The only show that he was in that I know of that lasted more than one season was Diagnosis Murder, and that was because his dad was in it for a long time. And right up here, that is the guy who played in Forever Night. Then you have a couple other people. The Summer guy, Van Dyke. He actually plays St. Hawk, Stringfellow's brother. He was found, and he escaped and was brought back to the United States. And so he had worked for the firm to begin with, so he takes over as the pilot. And it was kind of a weird thing because of the 4 central characters in the first 3 seasons, you have Stringfellow Hawk, you have Dominic Santini, you have the guy that played Archangel, and then you have the woman. Only one person from those 3 appeared in the first episode. They don't even mention the woman character. I forget that character's name. Archangel, they mentioned that he got transferred. They don't show the actor at all. Dominic Santini's character, Ernest Borgnine, they show someone from the back, out on the helipad, and he gets blown up, I think, or something like that. That's why he gets... that's how they explained Ernest Borgnine's absence. And then Jen Michael Vincent, his character, they show him, and he had gotten hurt in the explosion. And he's like, okay, my brother's back, so I'm going to go back to being a recluse. And he leaves. He was in there for like 5-10 minutes. So... And the woman here, she plays Dominic's niece, who they never mentioned before up until this point. And now, all 4 of these people are the crew of Airwolf, and they get sent off on other missions as well. And the only problem with this one is the quality of that show slipped greatly because the budget got cut because it was really expensive from the first 3 seasons. They wanted to cut the budget. And so that made them cut corners. They kept the place where the helicopter was hidden. I don't why they did that. I have no idea because they don't need to keep it hidden anymore in this one. And it was just this big kind of mountain, hollowed out mountain, where when they took off, it would rise up like that. Now in this one, that's animated. So they tried to make it look real, but it was really poor animation. They coming in and out of commercials, they'd show like a little stinger where they just show the helicopter flying over water, just saying, okay, looks like we're back. And the quality of the scripts just became worse and worse and worse. The show, before. In the first verses was classic 80s stuff. They're shooting off a zillion rounds of ammunition and nobody getting hurt. And then they'd have, at the end, they'd have a air duel, like a dogfight at the end. And of course, they'd have the dogfight at the end, and Airwolf would win. Even in the first 3 seasons, you could tell that they reused some of the footage. In this one, it was completely obvious. The dogfight suffered. They were cut in time. The acting was substandard, even for 80s programs. And I just had to tell you, I tried. I really did. I tried to get all the way through this, but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it at all. I loved the first 3 seasons. I can just sit there and throw them in the DVD player at any point and watch it. But some of these ones I had to watch an episode, in parts, just because it was so bad and even more predictable than before. And it was just, I don't want to say painful, but yeah. Am I glad that I have it so I can have, all 4 seasons? Yes. Am I going to finish watching it? Probably not. Because it's bad. So this season, I am going to give a 1.75 out of 5 for this season, just because it was so bad. So bad. And not in the good sense of the word. Not the so bad that it's good. It's just so bad that it's bad. So let me know if you've seen season 4 of Airwolf, what you thought of it. And like, subscribe, most of all. Try and enjoy your helicopter shows.